How you guys doing? Had a good productive day today. Finishing up some situational ball as usual for us on Friday. Now we push into our weekend itinerary, getting singularly focused on the opportunity, which is AFC North football. I'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Okay, first one, Brooke Breyer, go ahead.
Yep, Mike, are you guys still expecting Ben Roethlisberger to come off the COVID list tomorrow? And if so, how do you adjust your Saturday walkthrough schedule and any pregame work?
We do expect him to come off, and we have that expectation because this week has gone according to plan in terms of his place in the procedure. If he comes off the protocol, we're going to have an extended walkthrough tomorrow just to give him an in-helmet perspective on some of the situational things, to put the finishing touches on our work, to allow him to work with the eligibles that he'd work with in game, to have any whatever necessary informal conversations that allow us to have a level of comfort as we push into play.
Coach, you can just move over. Perfect. Okay, next question, Brian Batko.
Hey, Mike, I didn't see McFarland or Dotson out there today, given the developments of the last week. I have to ask, are those COVID related or what's the update on their status?
No, those are illness related, but obviously being in the heightened circumstances that we are in terms of the intensive protocol, we're exercising all the proper precautions and not allowing those guys to come to work, even though it's an illness.
Will Graves.
Mike, I'm curious, Avery Williamson talked to us yesterday for a bit. He mentioned that his body kind of felt it in practice from having a week off. Do you anticipate Vince also being available on Sunday? And what's your level of comfort in the amount that Avery can play if required?
I anticipate Vince being available. I'm extremely comfortable in his body of work and level of preparedness that he can work much the same as Ben. And so Avery's opportunities will be based on the play of the others.
Aditi Kinkabala.
When you look at the game plan in general, heading into knowing that Ben hasn't been there, do you have to adjust it in any way at all? Do you have to narrow it down? And number two, his knees. Has he been able to come in and handle that rehab? And how comfortable do you feel physically with him?
No issues regarding the game plan. His knees are fine. He's gotten all the proper rehabilitation that he needed during the course of the week. But to be honest with you, his knees weren't an issue at all anyway. He was able to go back into the game and finish the game, like I mentioned to you guys at the top of the week.
Okay, final one coming from Jim Colony. Go ahead.
Right, Mike, can you give us an update on Mike Hilton and Tyson Alualu? And with Alualu, it looks like he's taken a step forward. And what would he mean if you can get him back?
You know, you can characterize Mike as questionable. He's been a limited participant all week. We'll continue to monitor his progress in the last 48 hours as we push toward game time. I think that Tyson's in a better place. You know, his participation was a full one today. There are very little reservations regarding his abilities or availability. So he's a go.